One of my favorite pasta dishes is orecchiette with sausage and spinach. You can make a variation of this dish using broccoli rabe, broccoli, or zucchini. Today we're going to be using spinach. This dish is absolutely fantastic. It's so easy to put together and it will really, really impress your family. So join me as we make orecchiette with sausage and spinach. So I'm going to be using some Italian sausage. You can either use sweet or hot, depending on your particular taste. Sometimes I use a little spicy. Sometimes when I use the sweet, we're going to put a little crushed red pepper in there that'll bring up the heat level a little bit. So we're going to be using this today. We're going to, this is a 1 pound, 3 ounce package, and it has 5 sausage links in here. So you can use any kind of sausage. You can use pork sausage, turkey sausage, whatever, vegetarian sausage, any kind that you want to. You could change it up. So we're going to take off the casing. This sausage has obviously casing that holds it together. I'm just going to take my knife and cut along here so we can get this casing off, and it pretty much just peels off. And I'm going to take this sausage and I'm just going to cut it into little pieces like this. You want kind of like, not totally like meatballs, but you can cut this however you want. Some people just straight up scramble it, and some reason I kind of like it in little chunks. So that's what we're going to do today. I mean, this dish is so great. You can vary it every time you make it. You can scramble it one time, you chunk it one time, make flat out meatballs in it. You can use different meats. You can do it without meat. Whatever you like. Every time you make it, it could be something different, different vegetables. It traditionally has broccoli rabe in it, but the store I went to didn't have any, and I didn't want to go over town. We had a grocery delivery. They didn't have any. So I just decided on spinach because it was easy for me to get and readily available. But traditionally, this dish has broccoli rabe. Okay, so I have a large like saute pan or everyday pan, and we're going to put some olive oil in here, a couple tablespoons. You just want to coat the bottom of the pan. I have it down on like medium heat. And we're going to go ahead and put our sausage in. I want to keep it as little chunks, so I'm just going to put them in here individually so they will stay that way. And we're just going to cook it over medium heat. We want the sausage, ooh, smells good. We want the sausage to cook all the way through. We won't really be cooking it. Again, after that, we're going to be putting it back in the pasta. So we want to cook this all the way through. So as soon as that happens, we'll be back. So this meat is done. It smells fantastic. So I'm just going to take a bowl here and I'm going to remove the meat from the pan. You don't want it to overcook. And yeah, so it smells so good. How's it smell, Boo?
I don't know. Why don't you give me a peek?
He just wants some of this.
You
Let me
think?
turn this off before I go crazy with it. Ooh, looks mighty yummy.
Why don't you bring it closer to me, my sweetie?
Yeah.
I love you.
Okay, so our pasta water is boiling. I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil in here and a little bit of salt. Ooh, it's going to make a going to make the water come up. And I have our pasta pot fitted with just a strainer here. This is, I've had this for a little while. My friend Glenn uses one of these, so, and I really like it. So I'll put links down in the description to it. So we have our pasta. We're going to go ahead and dump that in. Pasta is going to take about 10 minutes. You want to cook it according to the package directions or to your desired doneness. Woo! Looks good. So our pasta is having a good old time in here. I just want to give a quick shout out to my girl Sharon in the Facebook group. I put a call out to what stand mixer we should have in the background, and she wanted the Breville. So the Breville's back here. Thanks Sharon for that. So we have our pan here that we cook the meat in. I'm going to go ahead and put a diced onion in here. Woo! And that onion is strong. Smells good. And we're going to go ahead and saute this up until it's translucent. Boo. This smells good. So those onions did a great job deglazing the pan. They're nice and translucent now. I'm going to I have like 4 or 5 cloves of garlic that I've sliced. I'm just going to put those in there. Maybe cook these for a minute or so. You don't want your garlic to overcook. Okay, so our pasta is ready. I'm going to go ahead and strain it off here. And we're going to go ahead and put this pasta into our pan here. Woohoo! We're going to put our meat back in here. How about that, Boo?
Sounds good to me.
Going to give it a quick stir. You want this over medium-low heat. Get those onions in here. So, wow, it looks good just like this. So we're going to put in some spinach. So I've rinsed the spinach. I cut off like the stems just so it will be a little tenderer. And when you put the spinach in here, it's going to wilt down. So it looks like this big, huge thing. We're going to put in some butter. I don't put cheese on mine, so I put quite a bit of butter for flavor. So let me trade this out for a spoon. That makes it easier for me to do what I need to do in here. So at this point, we need to season this pretty well because it can be a little bland, at least to me. So we're going to go ahead and give it some salt. And you're going to basically do this to taste. We're going to give it some fresh, cracked black pepper. I'm going to give it some granulated garlic because to me, granulated garlic and regular fresh garlic has 2 different tastes. We're going to give it a little bit of crushed red pepper. This is medium hot. If you don't like it hot, don't put any. If you like it hotter, then put some. Turn this down to low. So let's give it a quick taste. See how this pasta is. It's delicious. Really, really delicious. Give it a little bit more salt. And the final ingredient, we are going to put some halved grape tomatoes. This is probably at least 20, 25 tomatoes. So you want to put this right in at the end. I'm going to turn the heat off because I've done this before where I put the tomatoes in when I'm putting all the other ingredients in, and they just overcooked and they just blew up. They weren't recognizable as tomatoes. So I always put them in at the very last. So let me get some plates so we can plate this baby up. So it's time to serve up our orecchiette with sausage and spinach. And our tomatoes look really nice. They're not totally obliviated, like happens to me sometimes. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah.
Kubar, cooked up beyond all recognition.
Kubar.
Kubar.
And we'll make a plate for Eric.
Thank you.
Looks amazing. Looks pretty darn amazing.
Hey, it's a lot of work here watching you make all that.
Uh-huh.
Hey, I'm your biggest cheerleader, you know.
Uh-huh. So I'm going to give Eric a little shaving of Parmesan. You can do that in the pan there, but since I am allergic to cheese, I'm going to go ahead and do it on the plate. Looks fantastic. So, it's time to take a taste. Now the good part, taking a taste. So we have our orecchiette, our spinach, and our meat. It is so good. Oh my God. This dish is comforting and easy to make. Let me taste my sausage. Really good. If you like spicy sausage, go for it, right? Sometimes I put spicy and sometimes I just put regulars. This is so good. All the flavors come through. It really helps to get a nice brown on that meat in the pan because all those flavors come up into the pasta. When you're sauteing the onions, all that flavor releases and it ends up in the pasta. And it is so good.
The browner the better, baby.
Yeah. Oh. Really, really good. You want to take a taste, Eric?
Maybe.
Eric hasn't had a haircut since March. I'm going to cut your hair.
Got a little meat here.
It is so good.
Meat's got flavor.
I can just sit there and eat this.
So we got some of this, like that. Ooh, now you see it? No, you don't, right? Oh, thank you, folks. Show's over now. Bye.
So what do you think about the flavor? The flavor's just all around there. You have the meat, the pasta, a lot of, there's just...
The pasta really absorbed a lot of flavor, so it's not like it's, oh, I can taste the meat, I can taste the pasta. You know, I mean, yeah, you do taste the pasta, but it's definitely not boring. It really absorbed a lot of those flavors. The spinach offers just a little oomph to it. the tomatoes, right? It's kind of like our breakfast sandwiches. The tomatoes go a little bit, right? It's just really good. In my case, I got a little bit of the cheese on there, so that's just a little bit. So there are lots of different flavors here. So it's pretty good. We always say salt and pepper to taste because, you know, everybody's different.
Yeah, and you need to really salt it to get the flavors to come up for you to really taste everything else.
Because after all, right, you go to restaurant food, and you go, oh, restaurant food is so great. And you come home like sucking down water, like, oh my God. Well, there's a reason. Salt brings a lot of flavors out.
Yeah.
We try to go medium on the salt. And so for us, it works. But for somebody else, you know, it might be, oh my gosh, it's still too much. But yeah, it's really good.
It's really good.
So thank you, Boo.
You're welcome. So, cooks, this is elephant ear pasta. You should be able to get it on your average everyday grocery store shelf. You can change this dish up with the type of meat. You can add different vegetables. It's traditionally made with broccoli rabe, but you can make it with regular broccoli, broccolini, spinach, zucchini, whatever you like. You can put all kinds of stuff. Peas if you want to. It's a fantastic dish, and you're going to love it. So cooks, if you like this kind of video, go ahead and hit the subscribe button below, and don't forget to hit the bell so you'll get notifications of our uploads. Join us on our journey to become better cooks. You can also catch me on social media in my Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/Amy Learns to Cook. Also, you can catch me on Pinterest and Twitter at Amy Learns to Cook. And on Instagram, I'm at Cookin' with Amy. Try this dish out. You will love it.
Need a refill, Boo.
Okay.
There you go.
Eric's going to eat this whole pot.
Maybe.